Welcome back to the NTV Evening News Hour. Tonight on the Inside Story, we hear from student union representatives who say they had hoped to see more of an investment in post-secondary education in this year's provincial budget.
I think that I wanted to see a reinvestment in education and post-secondary education, specifically at Memorial. And yes, we definitely got a slight reinvestment in education, not enough at all. I would say that it's a fraction of what it needs to be. We received a commitment of $70 million over 8 years for infrastructure maintenance. However, that's not enough to deal with the almost $500 million of deferred maintenance needs that the university has. But it's absolutely a good sign to see the government listening a little bit and not cutting further from the university, because it's already in such a dire situation we cannot handle further cuts.
Mary, how about for you? What were you looking for, and what did you see in the pages of the budget today?
Yeah, we're certainly looking for the government to listen to students, and we have seen some of that occur in this budget with the reinvestment in both Memorial and CNA. However, the funds are not sufficient to adequately address the concerns that students have brought forward. I do think seeing the pause in the decreases to the tuition offset grant is a promising start, and it's something that will allow us to call on Memorial University to pause increasing tuition for the next term at Memorial University. But essentially what we have seen is student advocacy working, because we do have an increase, and we're hoping that this increase is the start of a trend to make sure that funding is truly accessible. Funding is adequate so that education is truly accessible at Memorial University and CNA.
And we've seen the concerns brought forward primarily by students about the deferred maintenance and the crumbling infrastructure on the St. John's campus. But I definitely think that student issues have been heard, but we would like to see a little bit more in terms of the finances. We'd like to see a little bit more in terms of communication with the provincial government and allowing us to have meetings with them.